No. I said no.
So how you been?
Uh, I've been really bored. I just wanna
Uh,
start my new job. Like, there's only so much shit you can do at home, like,
yeah,
before you eventually get really bored of it.
yeah.
I very much
Um,
wanna go back to work, but April 1st,
April
April Fool's
Fools,
Day. April
April
Fool's Day,
Fools.
right? My god, I didn't even realize that. Um,
Oh
I should
man,
have responded that in my email back. No, it's fine.
no.
April Fool! That'd be
April
so funny.
Fools.
Oh, anyways, how are you doing today, Bill?
Oh,
How you doing?
I'm tired. This week was long, draining. Um, the weather has been weird this entire week. Like it started
It
out really cold, and then it got warm, and then it was cold this morning.
it was windy today. Like, that was the big it
Yeah,
wasn't actually that cold, but because of just how freaking windy it was felt a lot colder. Because I was gonna bike ride today, but then I, like, felt the breeze and I said, "No, thank you." Um, what else? Uh, oh yeah, but I have a couple rides planned with one of my former coworkers in
Hmm.
my bike club. So, I'll probably do a couple rides next week, which I'm looking forward to. Have you been watching anything now that you finished Attack on Titan, or are you taking a mental health
Um,
hiatus from anime after that?
I haven't watched anything new because yeah, Attack on Titan. I'm still
Processing?
processing that one.
Yeah, for you, it was like I forget that, like, for me, I watched it, like, in pieces. Like, I watched it as it came out,
Yeah, I watched it in one go, and
and I feel like watching it in one go must have felt more like a lot, so
watching season 4 alone in one. So I watched season 4 in a night,
yeah.
and that shit fucks
Season
you up
4 is
because
where gets you very insane, so
they just
understandable.
Slade was right when he said season 3. The ending of season 3 is the good ending. Because holy fuck, see,
Yeah.
I won't get into it because we're gonna do a whole episode on it, but I was not expecting the ending to be as bleak as it was. I wasn't expecting it to be a good ending, but I was actually kind of it was a bit of a downer just how bleak that show ends.
No, yeah. I mean, like, remember though, I think throughout the whole show, it wasn't a very happy show, any of it. So, but I feel like that's what kind of makes it great. Because sometimes, like, it's good to have a story that's, not your typical, woohoo, everything's great, happy ending. Sometimes it's a little nice to have something completely different.
Yeah,
But you
I
do
mean,
wish some characters didn't die.
there was a couple that I was upset about dying.
Sasha.
I I mean, yeah, because she was fun. She was like the one character that was lighthearted in this goddamn
Yeah, she
show.
really was. Well, and I feel like that actually what like her death was actually very impactful for the show because she really was kind of that light in the darkness of like everything going on. And like it really did shift because in season 4 it gets even darker,
Oh yeah,
with
and it
everything that happens
literally
and
could have been any character on that goddamn ship. And of course, the
it just
one that gets
happened to be.
killed is the one that everyone likes.
Yep.
And it doesn't help too that the character that kills her not only is just obnoxious to begin with, but is basically takes over as one of the main characters for season 4.
Everyone hates them.
And despite having a pretty interesting character arc, she's so fucking annoying and like she doesn't do herself any favors that even by the end I'm like I still don't care. I still don't like you.
Yeah.
Like
No, but they were designed to be hated. Like it had to have been intentional. Like you weren't supposed to like this character. Well, there were
it's
so many characters you didn't like, in that show. But understandable that you took a break from anime. Any
yeah.
plans to watch any show? But you're still watching like your
Well, I'm watching
weekly.
ongoings. Like,
Yeah.
fun fact: the episode of My Happy Marriage this week was fucking trauma. Like, I was like,
Yeah. You were
why?
telling me that.
I
How
was like,
many
right.
episodes is
That was episode 9 that just came out. So we got.
that? Okay.
It's gonna be pretty soon. I think there's like 4 more.
Ugh, 4 more
Um,
weeks. Well, I've been trying to watch, like, a bunch of because Netflix has a lot of really interesting shows on there that you, like, wouldn't normally click. Um, like, I watched Cells at Work. I think I said that last time, and then
Yeah,
I watched Cells at Work Code Black, which I really liked Code Black. Like, it was just really funny going from, like, this perfectly healthy body to this guy who's just a fucking mess.
I love how my exact response when you told me that was, "Oh, it's anime Osmosis Jones."
No, yeah. Like, it was just, like, a guy who's, like, like like, one of the best parts is that, like, they go over, like, the gross stuff about the body in the
Oh yeah,
show, like, it's j in the other ones oh, it's great. But then
I
I picked one that I probably would have never watched, but I'm actually really glad I did. Have you ever heard of Vinland Saga?
I see the books all the time. I've heard of
Yeah.
it.
I went in with, like, no expectation, I had no idea what it was about, and was like honestly, first season, I wasn't as interested, and then the second season I was locked in. Like, I just
Mm,
the story was just very so different from everything that's going on. Like, it's no superpowers, no supernatural, but also, like, very, like, trippy at times, like, with just dark imagery, but it's like, it all has to do with the time of, like, the Vikings.
mhm,
And, like, when they came over, like, overseas to, like, conquer some of the land, so it all has to kinda do with that's happening, but your main character you're following is, very it's very interesting. He's kind of like he was a kid at first that wanted to be a Viking and then soon learned that the Viking life is not as fun in games as it actually is, and I don't wanna say anything else because it kind of, like, spoils the whole plot, but
mm,
very good watch. Like, I really would recommend. Like, I had no expectation. It's not something I would normally watch, but it was so refreshing to watch something that kinda had no supernatural elements to it. Like, there's no powers. Like, this is just people, like, fighting and war and, like it's just
mm.
really interesting. Nice change up.
I did watch. So I did actually watch something not new, but I was bored, and where it left off left me really annoyed because it's right on a cliffhanger. I rewatched all of season 2 of social that's out of Solo Leveling, so that was
That's like what like that show has just got you hooked. And I'm really oh, have they gone to the episode that's like had the most have you gone to the episode that has the most dislikes yet?
Oh, you
Has
mean
that been dubbed
you
yet?
mean the FMA fans that are attacking it because it's daring to be better than Brotherhood.
No, no, no. This was a different reason why people were disliking it. So no.
If I know what episode it is because I fucking Reddit spoils everything. But
Well, I mean, I think you kind of know, but the changes they made, I'm really annoyed about like why people are upset about the changes they've made. Like, do you know what it is at this point?
it's the episode where he finally does the thing he's been trying to do since he started his quest.
Yeah, like and like so many people are spoiler warning, or we're just gonna say spoiler warning at this point. If you don't want to hear
We already
spoil,
spoiled Attack on
I
Titan.
I know, yeah, but if, this one's newer, so if you don't want to hear anything, just skip it over. I'll make like a funny sound once I'm done. But like people are so mad that like he's crying over like his mom who had been in a coma forever. And like I've read the manga and I have to say from the clips I've saw just of the sub, that scene was elevated so much better than the manga portrayed it. Because, like, just imagine, like, your parent had been gone for that long. You're not gonna sob and cry your eyes out. And, like, also, I think people remember that even though he's becoming, like, this, like, shadowy, tough character, remember who he was in the first couple of episodes. Like, he was a very wimpy and a very emotional character, and he still is. Like, he might be a little different, but I was just really annoyed by, like, all the people disliking it because he cried, and I'm like, suck it up. You would cry too if like your mom came back to life after basically they gave her a
I
death
know.
sentence.
So I know part of that is apparently like it's getting review bombed because it's daring to be better than Full Metal Alchemist
Full
Brotherhood.
Alchemist crazy people need to stop. Like it's just like I'm sorry, but like th-
It
there could be
that
no great.
I,
There's great shows. Free Rein
I
is an
know.
amazing show. Like this show is also really great. So just fuck off. That was my funny sound. Fuck
I know. It annoys me so much because Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a great show, but it
Yeah.
makes me dislike it more and more over the years with just
I
how
know.
psychotic that fan base is.
Well, that's the thing is, like, a fan base can really make you dislike something. Cause I remember, like, when there was, like, a gap between My Hero Academia, like, between some of the seasons, and I was just like, "Oh, like, this fan base is so fucking annoying," but it got really good, so I got back into it, but for a while, I did think I was gonna drop it after I think it was, like, the 3rd or 4th season, I thought I was gonna drop it, but I kept going, and I'm glad I did, cause the next season after was like, "Holy shit."
Hmm.
Um
I do know this weekend's episode of Soul Leveling is the conclusion of the hell dungeon he's in right now,
Okay,
where
so you might be
we're gonna see his little purple friend that Reddit spoiled for me as well. So
his little oh! Oh, yeah.
the one that the
She's
fan base loves and that never appears again.
actually, she does.
Well, I know
Not
she appears in the sequel, but
yes. She appears in the
not
sequel.
not in this series ever
Yeah.
again.
No. Yeah.
And
What
then the
else?
following week will be the big episode.
Oh, where they go to Juju or the cry.
I
Big
will
cry.
say my favorite line in the previous episode was he's about to go to the dungeon and he's because he's now Mr. Popular, he's the paparazzi are surrounding his house, so he's like, all right, need someone to protect Gina. And he said he leaves like one of the three generals, and he's like, wait, wasn't there four of you? And then they just point to the ceiling. He's like, oh right, I threw that one into the ceiling. Oh well. He just moves on from it.
I remember reading that in the manga and just having a real good laugh. I'm telling you, like, there become so many more goofs and gaffs the more, shadows he collects, cause like, some of
Mm.
them are just so silly. Um
Well, my favorite is when he's like going to name that one from that he gets from that dungeon, and he's like, "What was your name again?" Sorry, man. I'm gonna call you Tusk.
He does that quite a bit too. Like, one of the I'm really looking forward to one of the next really strong shadows he's gonna get because he's so silly. He's so
Oh,
silly. He's so strong, but he is so silly. You don't know who I'm talking about. But,
well, you do remember how we're already spoiling it, so it doesn't matter. But
oh,
you remember how early on I had commented that I didn't realize who that long-haired guy that attacks the guy who's after Jinwoo is?
the long-haired guy.
The guy who the 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 guy who's mad that Jinwoo killed his brother. The
Oh,
S
you mean
rank.
the bald guy?
Yeah, the bald guy, and he's interrogating the guy that was in the dungeon that's mysterious. And I told you I didn't know who he was.
Mhm.
I rewatched the season and didn't realize he flat out says who he is in that scene.
Oh.
Like, I was like rewatching. I must have like like brain farted over it when he says it because he flat out says my son's name is Jinwoo. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's what you're oh.
He flat
I
out
was
says it, and I'm like,
confused.
oh.
I didn't know where you were going with it. I thought you were more talking about, like, the bald guy being the
No, no, no.
brother of
The
no,
guy
no,
who he
yeah,
was
I know who you're talking
interrogating.
yeah, yeah,
When
yep,
I first
that's
watched it, I must have like just not heard that line because I was confused who this guy was. And then all of a sudden I rewatched, I'm like, huh? Did I miss
yeah,
that the first time?
keep that in the back of your pocket because it's not I don't think you're gonna get a big follow-up in this season, but eventually there will be a follow-up, and it's a huge plot point, so don't forget that.
Yeah.
Um But yeah, well, I'm glad you're liking I can't wait to fucking watch it. Like, I just want it all to be out. Like, it's so fucking frustrating, but there's like a ton of them too. Like right now there's just like so many bangers cuz like there's Doctor Stone, like, Science Future, which I've been
Mhm.
waiting to watch too, but I also wanna that one at least is coming out, like, with the dub is coming out with it, so I don't have to wait as long, but I wanna watch that, I wanna watch My Happy Marriage, I wanna watch The Apothecary Diaries, I
That
wanna
one's
watch
gonna be a
Solo
while.
Leveling, I gotta watch I think it's gonna finish the dub this one was actually last season, but I watched Shangri-La Frontier last year,
Mhm.
and I actually really liked it. And the season 2 is just finishing up the dub because it's one of those 25ers, that comes out, but I started
Sakamoto Days is
watching
pretty good. Is gonna be finished soon too.
oh, yeah, that will be on my list too. There's a bunch of them that actually seem pretty interesting. Right now, I wanted to choose, like, one of the ones that has, like, the Netflix original, so I started watching Tiger and Bunny, um, which I had no idea what it was, but it's a superhero show, um but it's pretty funny. Like the main character, he's like a superhero, but he's an old man compared to all the other superheroes, and he's like kind of sucks at his job, so they pair him up with someone else. Basically, be like, look, like you either pair up with this guy or you quit. And he's like, fuck, I gotta work with this youngster. But they have the same power, which their power is they have like basically like super strength, but it only lasts
Mm.
for 5 minutes. So they have to use it strategically. It's been pretty fun watching it. But the second season is like a Netflix original. Like the first one, I don't know if it was Netflix who made it. I don't think so because it came out in like 2011.
Mm.
And then the newest one came out in like 2022, 2020, so it was quite a bit of a gap. But I've been enjoying it. It's been pretty funny. It's silly. Like it's not anything serious. It's a silly, goofy show.
Nice.
Um, yeah, but there's some good stuff on
Mm.
Netflix. You just gotta watch it. That's where I found Vinland Saga. Well,
I mean,
I've seen it a
I've
bunch of
heard it's good. It's just one of those things where it's like, how long is it?
it's 2 seasons, 24 episodes each.
Okay, so it's a 48er right
Yeah.
now.
It was it's worth the watch. I do say like some of the visuals and like the best way to describe it are it's characters feel haunted by their past actions. So they have a lot of like kind of trippy visuals and stuff, but like a lot of like dark shit happens. And
Mm.
but like it's also a lot of character growth as well cuz you really see the main character go through one, you see him start out as a child and then grow into an adult man. But you also have to see him work through a lot of issues he has with himself and with the stuff he's done in his past and how he needs to now overcome that, move on, and become a better person in his mind. It was very, very interesting. A very good watch. Not something I would normally pick, but very fascinating
Mm.
and a good story. But yeah, there's some
So,
good. So how much? What's your number? What number are you up to on your watch list, Bill?
uh, um, it's been a while since I checked.
You
Let's
go.
see. This as of right now, 19.
Fuck. I'm at 18. Well, I'm at 18 new and then 7 rewatches. So technically I'm beating you. Technically I'm winning.
That's
Uh
fine.
I will get more. I've been watching a lot of long ones too, so that's pretty good.
I got my long one out of the way. Now I'm gonna just go through it as I go.
Has Slade been a good noodle? Has he
I don't know.
did he lose his good noodle star?
He hasn't watched his homework yet. I know that.
Bad
So,
noodle. You're not a good noodle, Slade.
um, I wasn't a good noodle at work today.
What did you do nothing?
For the last hour of work, I did nothing. I
Friday.
I did my classic pretend I don't feel like working, so I'm just gonna grab a broom and push it around the shop randomly. No one seems to question this whenever I do it. I've done
Hey,
this on multiple occasions where I'll just grab a broom and start pushing dirt around.
it works. It works. Sometimes Bill, there's been days where like I remember like it's a Friday afternoon, no one's fucking doing shit. Like no one ever does. Like cuz they just want to go home. Like that last hour useless, unproductive. You're not going to get anything done. Um that's funny. That's really
Yeah,
funny.
I've done that so many times. We're a union, so it's not like they can do anything about it. So yeah,
Yeah. What are you drinking, Bill?
I am
Cue the
drinking
music. Hopefully I can hear it this time. Yeah. I love when I can hear it.
because NASCAR, and I'm a shameless NASCAR fan. Drinking a Bush Light.
Ew.
It's not particularly good, but
Give
NASCAR
us
does weird fucking shit to you. I swear.
give us a fact.
Uh, the light beer,
How many
U.S.
calories?
U.S. farmed. They don't give you that on this can, so
They don't?
it ain't a lot
Is
of
there
options.
any fluid ounces?
It was brewed in the U.S.
You know
and
what?
it's cold. It's cold and smooth.
That's pretty good for Bill. We will take it. Now, Bill, are you gonna ask me what I'm drinking?
What are you drinking? Even though I already saw it.
I'm drinking Brita filtered water from my water ball. What water bottle? Not water ball. My water bottle.
Alex's water dish.
My
She tried.
Yeah. One of before I left my job, one of the guys I'm really good friends with gave me that sticker.
They had a legit "you tried" sticker.
Yeah, he gave it to me because he's like, you know what? Out of all the people here, you really tried, and honestly, you deserve to quit. This place sucks, is what he said. Yeah. Oh, apparently, I was texting one of my friends from there. Apparently, the breaker broke and they had no power the other day. That place is a shithole. I don't even care. Like that place fucking sucked. That was the worst place I've ever worked. Anyways, but yeah, they gave me. You tried.
You tried. You
and
tried
I really
hard.
did. No,
and
yeah, I
got so
really
far.
did. So I put on my water bottle so I could always see it because honestly, I really did try.
So in the end, is literally your song for that.
No, it is. That's the theme song of one. But anyways, I have some facts about Brita filtered water or Brita filters.
Because we're under time.
Brita filters reduce impurities in drinking water, including the chlorine taste and odor, as well as health contaminants. Brita filters work by trapping and holding those contaminants. They remove chlorine, copper, zinc, mercury, lead, black flecks. I don't know what that means. Microplastics, bacteria.
Oh, those are my brain.
They help keep a healthy level of fluoride and fluoridated medicinal tap water. I don't know. I just Google. This is the Google AI facts.
You know what? Oh, so all of that was bullshit then.
One Brita filter can replace up to 300 standard 16.9 ounce water bottles. I'm saving the planet.
No,
and I tried. I tried. Also, if you're listening to this, there will be a video version today because I have makeup on and my hair is straight. Kind of. It's straight. It's not as curly as it usually is.
Meanwhile, I look tired and.
Oh fuck! I think I messed up my lips. Oh well. I don't think you can really tell.
No one would have noticed until you pointed it out.
I felt myself do it because I get lipstick on the bottle.
I've noticed.
Fuck it.
Anytime you get a drink, I always look at the straw and I'm like, oh yeah. Yep.
Well, I wear lipstick. It helps hide the ugly. Oh, it's all fucked up. Oh no. Alright, whatever. No, it kind of helped a little bit.
You shouldn't have brought attention.
It helped a little bit.
Anyways.
Oh wait.
Anyway.
You're no fun.
We have a very interesting game that shaped us today.
No, I don't want to.
Oh yes, you do. You watched a playthrough of this game.
I did.
So
guys spent way too long designing the thing. I'm just gonna say.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be interesting. This is a game that shaped us that is very personal to us because this game did shape us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it gave us some nightmares.
This game not only is a great example of the Mandela effect, but it's also a great example of childhood fucking trauma. And you're gonna laugh when you've seen the cover already.
Just calling this game trauma, but it really was. Like,
you were terrified, Alex. You had to hide when I played this game because you were that afraid.
Like, I look back and I'm like, that's so fucking scary.
You know what the funniest part is though? When we were trying to, because this was a great case of tip of my joystick, which is the Reddit page for like trying to find games that you remember the concept but you can't remember the name.
Yes.
That was us when we were hanging out. Before I even moved.
It was just like a weekend. You'd just come up for a weekend at my old apartment.
And we were like trying to find something to watch. And like we had that thought in our heads of like, what is this game? All we could remember was it was a putt-putt ripoff and there was a demonic evil tow truck. and it gave everyone nightmares. So I remember I looked up Putt Putt ripoff Evil Tow Truck Nightmare, and legit the first thing that pops up is I think it's Big Action Garage. I remember this game, and like it was just that, and immediately I looked it up, and I saw that fucking smug ass Putt Putt ripoff on the cover. I'm like, this is it. All the memories are
You know
coming
what's,
back.
like, kinda terrible, though? Is, like, when I was a kid, I never made the connection that this was a Putt-Putt ripoff. My brain just never connected that. I was like,
Well,
"Oh, this is Putt-Putt,"
because
but
it's
not.
different enough, but it's such a Putt Putt ripoff.
Yeah.
So Big Action Garage is the game we're talking about. This is literally a baby game.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It's Fisher Price.
it's a Fisher Price. This game is meant to sell toys. Like this is an
Yes.
advertisement.
Well, yeah, because you can still buy the Big Action Garage. Like, to
Oh,
this
oh
day, you
yeah,
can still buy the actual toy
yeah.
set
I
for
found I
kids.
found a copy of. I actually found a copy of this game on eBay. I didn't buy it because I don't. A, I can't play it, and B, I don't care that much.
This should be
But
on Steam, just saying.
it was on eBay. This game and the other game in this quote unquote series.
There was
They were
another one?
not the same character, but it was Big Action. Like so, it was part of Fisher Price's Big Action series.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Big Action Construction. So a ripoff of Tonka,
Oh.
a Tonka ripoff. Um, they were both on sale on eBay. Some guy was selling them for $5, and I was tempted for a minute, and I'm like, I wouldn't even be able to play it on a fucking Windows 10 PC, so I said, fuck it. um, but yeah, this game is weird.
Yeah.
It is a shameless money grab to sell toys. You can still buy the toys on eBay.
And also based off a game that was doing very well. The Humongous Entertainment games were very popular by kids, you
It
know?
also featured elements from Blue's Clues and Race Rabbit games.
Huh.
I don't know what Race Rabbit was, but it sounds weirdly familiar.
I feel
Um,
like that might be some of the racing elements of the game, which I
maybe
say have to be some of the poorer aspects.
a lot of this game was pretty poor.
Yeah.
So, as a basic summary, Big Action Garage, you take place. But you take control of all the names in this game are really dumb, by the way. They're
Yes.
really bad car puns.
Jimmy Fenderix Bill is a masterpiece of a name, and I think you should apologize to the creators of this game right now.
Okay, Jimmy Fendrix
Apologize.
was clever, especially when you see him and you go, "Oh."
Also,
um,
can we talk about some of the character designs in this game too? When
they're
we
fucking
so
horrifying.
they're so scary. My
They
God.
are
But the
horrifying.
tow truck is not as scary. Anyways, continue, and
Also,
then
the
we
tow truck's scary value goes down once you realize his name is Tuffy Tow Truck.
yes. Well, he's supposed to be tough, but
Yeah,
Tuffy just kind of sounds like toffee and not very threatening.
the intro for this game is weird too, because it starts out in like this weird CGI, and then
Yeah, of the Big Action Garage playset.
mm,
Yeah.
and you play as the main character Tommy Treads.
Yep.
He's a truck, I think, even though his in-game sprite looks like Clifford the Big Red Dog more than it.
Yeah, also, like, his look on the box, he does not look like that in the game.
No,
In the
not his CGI model or his.
in the game, he does look like a dog, like, he has a little, like, nose. He doesn't have that on the cover, like, the little black nose, and he also doesn't
It's
have the
colored
little,
red
like
for some reason.
he also doesn't have the little bangs. There's no little bangs in the game. Must have been
Yeah,
hard
he's
to
also supposed to be a truck.
He's a
I
truck?
I think so.
I just thought he was an abomination.
Yeah, it's a very ugly thing. But basically, you play as Tommy Treads, and he's visiting he's going through the Big Action Garage when he comes across his friend KC Coop, who is
Also, Casey Coop, this apparently well, continue and then I'll say something.
well, he finds his friend Casey Coop, who must have gotten the shit kicked out of him because he's like in the upper level of a parking garage without a wheel and like smashed and shit. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
He
Um,
got jumped.
Problem
But
by
also
Tuppy Tow Truck.
they also imply that this has happened multiple times. Like, I'm pretty certain they say it's like, "Oh, he got broken down again." Like, I'm like, at that point, I'm like, "You know what?
The
You're
tow
how
truck's in
many?"
the right.
It's the tow truck's in the right. It's time to go to the scrapyard, Casey Coop. Your time's over.
Basically, what happens though is like he's saying how he's damaged, and if he doesn't get saved soon, the tow truck's gonna come and take him away. And I shit you not, this tow truck was the most horrifying thing as a child.
Yes. And
And,
not
and
now.
then, but if you look at the thumbnail for this episode, you'll see him on the cover of the thumbnail, and there's a reason why our Bitmojis are face palming because we thought that was terrifying as children.
God.
I
I
still
mean,
remember the
he did not look
visceral.
like that. He did not look like that when I was younger. I do not remember that.
I still
Oh,
remember the visceral reaction when we saw him when we revisited it a couple years ago, and we went, "That was the tow truck." Like we were like, "This was the thing that
well,
terrified us for
he
years."
was so scared. Like, I don't know what happened. Like,
I looked up like different artwork and different clips, and every one of them, I'm like, "No, none of that
he,
was terrifying."
I don't know what happened. I'm
Children,
still,
children brains, like your brain grows up, and then you look at things that you thought were scary. Then you're like, "I was scared of this."
I'm like,
You know what happened, Alex? I saw Akira at 11. That's what happened.
it was all downhill from there. Oh,
Well, that just
God.
fucking desensitized me to anything, basically, from that point. So,
Oh, my goodness.
ooh. But yeah, so the game, aside from that very trippy intro, the game is literally a putt putt ripoff. Like you
Yeah.
point and click, not nearly as much fun shit to click on. Um,
No.
they put more effort in making the backgrounds like very animated and alive. Like the
Yes.
backgrounds, I will admit, are kind of nice.
And there was a lot more places to explore as well.
Yeah, it's a very linear map. Like you kind of go in a circle when you go
Yeah.
through the game. But basically the game doesn't really have the exploration aspect that Putt Putt does.
Mhm.
It's more of you go from one thing to the next because you need, similar to Putt Putt, you need like a list of MacGuffins basically to
Yeah.
continue.
Well, you
And
need to collect the parts to repair KC Coop. But
yes,
honestly, at one point in the game, like, Tommy just goes, "Eh, fuck that. I wanna go to a concert." Like, and that's where I'm like, "You're a bad friend. If you're really his friend, you shouldn't be focused on going to a
also
fucking concert."
that fucking concert where it's like this like weird fashion model car thing that looks like a
Olivia
My Little,
Octane.
she looks like a My Little Pony.
She
Um,
does.
and she walks on her hind wheels the entire time. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
It's weird. She's the only one that does that.
Yeah.
But what's the first thing you do in this game? The first thing you do is you go to the body shop
Yes.
where
Um,
you have a mini game where you can basically decorate the cars. And in the playthrough
and you
I
can
watched, he
print it.
spent an excessive amount. Well, that was the thing about all of these games. You could print out a bunch of
You
different
could
shit.
print your junior detective badge.
Yes. I
Um,
always did. No, just
and then broke the printer.
kidding. That's why I didn't after
The
that.
printers are bullshit. Um,
Uh,
yeah, but that one is literally just like paint the car, and then you just get the item
yeah,
afterwards.
they're just like, all right, fuck off.
That's
And
isn't
was
that the
that the
place with that's the place with Hendrix and or Fendrix, I'm sorry.
Jimmy Fendrix. I wanna, like, look up a picture of him.
He's
I
on the
feel like
thumbnail.
oh, he is?
I believe it's him and his buddy I included. Oh no, that's
Oh,
not him.
no,
That's
no, no, that's not. I think Jimmy Fendrix is the one that has, like, the dreadlocks.
yeah,
The
that's the
no,
one.
it is, it's the one not dreadlocks, it's the one with, like, I don't know what type of car. I think he's supposed to be, like, a monster truck, and he has, like, the
Yeah.
sunglasses, and he has no actual pupils, it's he actually has the sonic eye going on, and he has green hair. Um,
He
he
looks like
looks
he
he
looks like a really bad
he's definitely
interpretation of Jimi Hendrix, and it's
yeah.
actually kind of offensive
Oh,
when
he
you
has a
think.
car on the back too! He has a guitar!
Yeah, you paint. All you do
Yeah,
is you paint.
all you do
It's
is paint.
literally make an
Did you watch the
abomination.
playthrough where, like, the guy spent way too long? I had to skip through, I was like, "I don't fucking
I
care.
think
I
I'm
want the
pretty sure
car."
that's the same playthrough we watched like a couple years ago, and we both commented, "Why is this guy taking so fucking
So long.
long?"
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but yeah, you do that, and you get the tire, for
Yep.
doing that for some
You
reason.
get a tire for painting a car. Also, like, none of these really make sense, but, it's a kid's game, so they're not gonna think about that. Adults will when they think back on it and go, "Why was there trauma associated with this
Yeah,
game?"
the
Uh,
fucking Fisher Price game. Yes. Uh,
and then the next
there's
stuff was the racetrack.
yes, where you get to race against Bernie Rubber.
And what type of car is Bernie Rubber supposed to be?
He
Because he looks like a lizard with wheels.
he's supposed to be a like a top field dragster, like drag racer. They only go straight. So I don't know why he turns in his race, but
Yeah, he looks like a lizard. He doesn't look like a
I mean
car. He
that's
has
fair.
lizard mouth.
We've got dog car. Um,
Pony
I mean
car.
the tow truck looks like a dinosaur. So I mean,
Yeah, he does look dinosaur-esque. Uh, yeah, none of these make sense, but that rate, like, the fact that the game made you do 3 races, the poor kids
yeah.
who
Why'd you
probably
have to do
stuck.
3?
The poor kids who and, like, I'm watching them play, and I'm like, "This looks like it controls like shit." So, I'm just imagining us poor kids. You probably had to do this. I probably, like, was like, "Bill, this is your time to shine," and I feel like you must have had some frustration with this.
Yeah, it took us. So the thing with this game too is like you don't have to finish these in order. Like you can skip one and then come back
Mm,
later because it literally goes in a circle. You just keep going around and around.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, the this one took a bit because it's literally just like it's like a race like in a straight line, but like the controls are bullshit and like it's like they throw random traps in your way and it's just it's dumb. You get a spark plug for beating it though. One of
Yeah,
the fucking Bernie Rubber's spark plugs. It's like I guess he doesn't need all of them.
I guess not. Yeah. And he's, like, very reluctant, and he's also pissed because he's like, "This stupid fucking dumbass little dog truck beat me. What the fuck? I was designed for this." So I'd be
Yeah.
mad too if I was him. Uh,
And then there's Cliff's Quick Lube, which is the place with the most horrifying character in the game, in my personal opinion. Cliff Convertible. Why are his teeth like that?
oh, that's where. Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh, but
his
also
weird
his
abomination of a friend in the back.
yeah, his hobo friend with like his scary yellow eyes. His eyes are frightening.
His
But yeah,
lumpy wheels too horrify me.
yeah, his teeth though. Yeah, Cliff, his teeth. Ooh,
Oh,
I
is
don't
that
like
supposed to be
it.
hair on his head?
I think so. It's
Ugh.
scary.
Look up
I
these
don't like.
designs, people.
No, yeah. The
Uh,
thing is though, is like, don't try googling the names. You're not gonna find them. You just gotta look through the
what
screenshots and
you
hopefully
mean?
figure out.
You mean if you don't if you search Tuffy tow truck, it's not going to come up?
No, I typed in Olivia Octane and nothing came up. So
Okay. Um, yeah, this one is dumb. It's essentially you have to repair an engine, and basically it's just a match and put the car pieces in the car mini game.
also, I think this was a missed opportunity to give the player more things to do. Of like when you finally get to Casey Coop, you should actually fix them and put them back together. But they never thought about that. Like you could have just copy and pasted this mini game over and had extra content. So
Nah.
there you go. I gave Fisher Price, Mattel. I think that's who owns Fisher Price. I gave you more content. Remake this game and add that.
Fisher Price is probably like what big action what?
No, honestly, they probably have no fucking idea. Uh, but
But yeah,
yeah, I remember that.
what I hated about this mini game though was every single time you literally you take all the broken parts out of the car, then you put the new parts in, and it's every time you do it, they're always like, "Oh, there's an extra piece here. It just happens to be the part you need. Here, you can have it." And it's just
Yep.
like, cool, great. Um, and then you go to then next was Spooky
Garage. Ooh.
um, where you have to grease the ghosts.
And I think this is where you meet Bugaboo. Which what a name.
So
Bugaboo.
fun fact, because our keyboard was messed up on the Hot Wheels computer.
Hmm.
I could never beat this one as a kid because it was this one is essentially it's like Space Invaders. We got to like shoot the ghouls with this like oil can,
Yep.
and because the keyboard wasn't working right, probably because we smashed it. Well, being mad at a video game as
Probably.
children. We could not fucking do anything. It was like impossible to beat. So I was like, well, I guess I'm never beating this game.
I'm trying to see what Bugaboo looked like. I like don't remember.
I think he was more horrifying than
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see.
Dodra.
I found Moby Games. I don't know what that website. This one actually has some screenshots of the. They have screenshots of the game, the Ghost game, but there's no picture of Bugaboo, unfortunately. So I already forgot who he was.
Yeah.
I guess he wasn't that memorable.
No. You get a muffler though for beating that.
You do. Yeah, it's basically it follows the do the little task. You get a surprise.
And then
Wink,
you go
wink.
to
Just kidding.
Diesel's palace where you go through the
Yes.
backstage maze to find Olivia Octane, and you don't get
That
anything for this. This is just
that
completely a waste of time.
I thought you got oil.
Oh,
I thought you got
maybe
oil.
this list doesn't give a good answer.
I think you do get something from it. I think you get like because she has oil backstage and like because I think you go back. Also, this is where Tommy is just like, yeah, fuck my friend. I'm going to the concert. I can't miss her. He's like, I gotta see the girl. Because he goes backstage. Also, he sneaks backstage. He's not supposed to be there.
Yeah,
Um,
this wouldn't be okay nowadays, like
and
at
the
all.
backstage maze, that animation, like it has like the little that was kind of trippy. When I was watching, I was like, whoa, like this is a little much.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
a top-down kind of maze thing, and it's bizarre.
yeah. But I believe Olivia Octane, which she sings this like really fucking also all the voice acting in this is awful. Like it is the most like I do not think a single
Alex, this
person
game was to sell toys. They weren't trying to spend money, they were trying to make money.
yeah, it's just like I don't even think like the person before like listened to the person they're supposed to have a conversation with because like they just sounded so awkward. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
doesn't it sound like she's not talking to a child? She's like talking to an adult, and it's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, she sings a song, and it's a pretty shitty song. There's no
Most
reference to it in here. So clearly they agreed it's a bad song. There is a song section and it's blank. This Wikipedia page is pretty fucking empty though, so
I mean, it's not even a real Wikipedia. It's part of Funny Bone Interactive Wiki, the company that made this game. Um, it's not even in the Fisher Price Wiki. It's in Funny Bone Interactive
they're
Wiki.
just like we want nothing to do with this hot pile of garbage.
Um,
Uh
then there was the Auto Park.
this one I like this character. I liked Ralph, the
Ralph.
recycling truck. Ralph seems like a nice guy. Like he seems to be the only sensible character in this game. So I think he's underrated. We should have some Ralph propaganda. He also has a pedo stash. So he probably shouldn't be around Tommy. But,
Well,
you
we don't
know,
know how old Tommy Treads is. He's just
he's childlike.
also. I love how all of the characters have really goofy names,
Yes.
but then there's just
Ralph, the
Scooter.
recycling.
Well, no, there's Scooter,
Well, he's an actual scooter.
but like, oh, I forgot Scooter could be a name.
Yeah.
That's both clever and lame at the same
Yeah.
time.
Clever yet not clever. I remember I feel like the his get Ralph's game was actually really fun. Like the recycling game because you kind of just went fishing. Uh
Yeah, and
but it was also
you get a random part out of the garbage for Casey.
yeah. Yeah, I think it was just like he was like, "Here you go, here's some trash part. Let's put it in Casey Coop."
Well, he's
And
gonna obviously get mugged again, so
yeah, he's just gonna and at that point, it should be like a system. Like at that point, how many times you get mugged, just put him down. The tow truck is
we're talking about cars. Just gonna put that out there.
Hey,
Um,
we're talking about a stupid fucking game, okay? Um,
also, we forgot to mention Casey's sister,
oh yeah, you
Tandy.
run into her and there's no impact. She's just there,
Yeah, she's like, "Please save my brother," and then drives off.
and you're just like, "Fuck you, bitch." I do what
I'm
I
gonna go.
want.
I'm gonna go see My Little Pony car.
It's just sorry, my brain just had the thought of like We're dropping F bombs. It's a game for 5.
Yeah, but anybody who played this game is an adult now.
Yeah, true, true. You
Also,
never know.
every reference to this game I found on Reddit, there's always one comment mentioning the tow truck that scared them as a child, and I'm just like, Jesus, we're not the only
Good,
ones.
good. I need to actually look that up.
There's not a lot of them, but I saw a few. Um, and then the final place, which has nothing to do with the actual game, it's literally just a CG cutscene, is the Comet Car Wash, where
Yeah.
where Tommy gets splashed by mud by Riggs, this insensitive truck that just every time you go past this one spot, you get covered in mud. Every time.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep.
Because you can
What a
just go in
jerk.
infinite circles. I used to do that just to watch the cutscene because it was like it stimulated my tiny child brain.
I just looked up in the first the only comment someone commented on, "Did anyone ever play Big Action Garage?" was, "Yes, the tow truck scared me."
Yes.
So I'm glad it wasn't just me. I remember when I was watching the playthrough and when the car wash scene came up, I was kind of disturbed. I won't lie. I was like, "This is weird." I don't know. The CGI just kind of made me uncomfortable in
Yeah,
this
it's the
game.
only other place where the CG stuff happens because it's the opening cutscene and then there for some reason.
Yeah, it made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it very much.
Yeah, it's not a
Um,
it's it this game is weird. Like
yeah,
it's
if you
like
didn't already fucking notice, this game is
it's
fucking weird.
it's funny because it's a shameless putt putt ripoff, but at the same time, it's like the most half-assed putt putt ripoff ever as well.
Mm. I love
Um,
this. Well, I think we should talk about Reddit like a little bit after because I want to talk about just some of these like the same comments of us searching for it. But basically, after you do the car, is the car wash pointless? You don't get anything out of it, right?
yeah, you get nothing. It's literally just a cutscene. It was to show
Okay.
off, ooh, CG.
After the car wash, I mean, after that, and you collect all the things, that's when you can go back and save Casey Coop, and it's like
You
there
know
with
what I
his
think?
sister.
You know what I think? I'm pretty sure that car wash was a toy, and that was just their promo for a toy.
That actually makes a lot of sense. That probably was true. That yeah, because the only other CGI thing was the actual Big Action Garage
This
too.
game reminds me a lot of Power Rangers, where like the character will get this random new motorcycle in an episode. What, it was to sell toys? Who knew?
Woo!
Um, yeah.
Um, but then you go, you save, you repair Casey Coop. There's really no big impact. He's just like, I'm good now. And his sister, I think, gives Tommy a kiss on the cheek. And the tow truck is just like, well, fuck you. I was really excited that I could finally kill this guy.
You know what the most
But no.
interesting thing though is the fact that like the tow truck straight up just waits. He actually lets them have a chance. I'm like,
Yeah.
he could have just like the second they
Just
left, he could have
tell him.
just scooped him up and
Any
left.
he wasn't a real tow truck because any real tow truck driver would have taken that car as soon as they could. Like, he's not a real tow truck. And also, now that we're just going in, let's just discuss the tow truck design. You can see him on the cover, but like he's just like a little I don't know why they gave him a little sailor hat.
You know what he looks like? He
What?
looks like Bowser from the Mario Bros. Super Show.
Oh my god, I wasn't thinking that. Like it was in my brain, I just was not connecting that. Like that is hilarious. That is exactly what he looks like, and I wonder if they were, like, inspired by that. But also, like,
Also,
there's
the
nothing threatening about it
no,
besides
I
his creepy yellow eyes.
and
Is
even
he
then those
related to the other yellow-eyed car?
I doubt it. Also, the cover for this game has like nothing to do with the game.
No, nothing at all. It's literally just a close-up of Casey Coop.
In a garage with this like
Yeah.
cool race car in the background that you never see in the game.
No, yeah. Also, he looks nothing like his in-character model. Well, I feel like they tried to putt him more in the game. Uh, but honestly, like he's only I feel like him and like the not the tow truck, the what's his name? The one with the pedo stash. Ralph.
Ralph.
I feel like him and Ralph are the only ones that look like putt characters, and I guess the little sister. Everyone else though does not look like a Putt-Putt character, so I guess they're kind of original. I also love in this photo of the tow truck with Casey Coop, and he just how he looks like the shit's been beat out of him is
Yeah,
hilarious.
like
Uh,
like what the fuck? Like he was at the top of the fucking garage too. Like what the fuck happened? Like you did not get in an accident up there, and there's
yeah.
no way you had an accident down below and then limped your way up there. You got the shit kicked out of you up there.
He got mugged.
Like
Maybe
something happened.
Tommy mugged him. All right, real story.
No, no,
Tommy beat the
no.
shit out of him.
The tow truck beat the shit out of him, and then he's gonna
I
take him away.
I feel like it's funnier though if Tommy did, and he's just like, "Oh shit, I got fixed by Fred
Well,
now."
no,
But
no.
that's why, and that explains why he doesn't actually care, and he goes to the concert and like fucks around in the car
But
wash
Alex,
too.
in the opening cutscene, he goes, "KC, what happened?"
No, that's him going, "KC, what happened?" Even though he fucking did it, it was sarcasm. That's my deep story.
And then as the tow truck's
Casey's the one who did
no,
it.
but then it gets this is like the fan
Wait,
theory,
his
Alex.
name's not Casey. It's Tommy.
No, Casey's the dead car.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Treads is
Casey's the dead guy.
I
Fucking
mean,
dead now.
he will
He
be
should have
eventually.
been.
No,
I hope
that
so.
this is the dark like alternate version that you write when you're an edgy teen. It's like as Casey
The
gets
fan
towed,
fiction.
yeah, as he gets
Are
towed
we
away.
actively writing Fisher
No,
Price
no,
fan
Alex,
fiction
Alex.
as we
Here we go. As he gets towed away by the tow truck, Tommy looks him in the eyes and goes, "Don't worry, I'll take care of your sister," and then gives him a wink.
You know what? There's probably Rule 34 of it somewhere.
I don't
There's
want to know.
probably
No, there is Rule 34
Google
because
it.
you know how Rule 34 works.
If you say it, it exists.
If it
Phil,
exists, there is porn
Google
on it.
it. Google it.
I don't
Google
want
it.
that on my Google.
God fucking damn it. I don't want to Google it. Oh, I really like what I was going into with Reddit earlier. I really like this person's Reddit comment. PC 1995 to 2000s. Kids adventure game about saving your fellow sentient car. When I was younger, I played a PC games. I believe it was point and click adventure. Not sure. The premise was that the characters were sentient cartoonish cars, possibly toys. And your friend was broken down, about to be scrapped. So you had to go around and collect new tires to him. And then and he put the song lyrics in. He memorized the song. I want to see if he talks about these games have been burned into my brain for my entire life because of how horrified I was of the idea of helplessly waiting around to be scrapped with the sadistic tow truck just waiting for you and looking forward to killing you. That's basically what the game is. That's
This game
so
is just
scary.
why did this game
Honestly,
traumatize
I think
everybody?
that's why, like, the game felt like why the tow truck felt scary because literally he was just waiting to fucking kill and murder your friend.
I remember whenever I would play this game because the tow truck was in the opening cutscene, I would always like mash through the cutscene just to not see it.
Oh my god. And I love how the comments are like, "Oh my god, I remember this game." And people are like, "I remember this. The tow truck scared me so much." Like, oh, I just love like this guy really did sum it up the best. Like, it is a very scary concept of like this truck is just out to kill your best friend because he got into an accident. Like, Jesus. I love it.
What an adventure. What an adventure.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to buy this game, it's $5 on eBay.
You can't play it.
Well, no,
I
you
don't
buy it.
think it's ever gonna get the putt treatment and get I doubt they even have the files for this anymore. Like I
No,
doubt
they're
they
on.
could
You can
even
find. I found the ROM online. You can find it online very easily.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to get it to work, but it wasn't working because
Aw.
Windows 10.
Aw.
And I didn't want to mess around with it enough to get it working. I didn't care that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like one of the true like childhood games that we had. This is like up there with like
Childhood
that,
trauma.
you know what this game reminds me of? That weird like Barbie like not Detective Barbie. That's a masterpiece. The one where it was like you were in the ocean and there was that weird like diver who would just follow Barbie around.
I don't remember
You don't
that.
remember this one? I have to find it because you played this game
Was
constantly,
this
and you
a
were
mermaid one?
no Barbie was just diving, like in the ocean, looking for like Atlantis or something.
Oh, maybe. I feel like that had mermaids in it.
There might have been
Or
mermaids in it, but Barbie wasn't a mermaid.
I need to know that. Was it a PC game?
Oh yeah, like pretty much all the Barbie games you played were PC. Um,
Barbie Diver game.
Ocean
PC.
Ocean
Adventures with
Discovery.
Barbie Ocean Discovery?
Let me take a look. Oh, why is it? Yep, this is it. This is exactly it. You used to play this game. Looks like a fucking Freddy Fish ripoff. Kinda. Um,
Wait, I
yeah,
need to actually.
you used to play this constantly.
Oh my god! I loved this game.
You know what was
I think
weird
it
though?
was
Like
I think there was a mystery element. I think it was kind
there
of
was because
Detective Barbie.
there's the twist at the end, but I always remember it because like the opening cutscene is really dark for no reason because it's literally about the city getting sunk. But then like also like there's like this evil like diver who's like trying to find it before Barbie. He keeps
Wait,
obscuring.
let's save this and use this as another game that shaped us.
Okay, well we have to
Because I
do
need to rewatch this. Yeah, I need to
we need
rewatch them.
we need to do Detective Barbie at some point
We
too.
should combine this with like another. We should do this in another one as a game that shaped us, but not Detective Barbie could be on its own.
Yeah,
We could do this with another one, but I need to rewatch this. Oh my god, like
that
this
popped into
left
my
my
head when I was thinking about this game.
this
I was like,
left my brain and like now it's back. I think we could talk about the genie one, the genie bottle one with this one.
oh yeah, that came with that stupid genie bottle.
All right, your next game that shaped us. Get ready for Barbie.
We'll do a proper Barbie games episode because I'm pretty sure our first one was pretty half-assed. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it.
A lot of ours were well.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was Big Action Garage.
Bill wants to end the podcast early because he doesn't like talking to me anymore. He's gonna replace me. Hey, you take that off the screen right now. Everyone can see it now because this one you're allowed to post the video of because I don't look hideous. Well, I still do, but just not as hideous. Oh,
But
that was good. Was that supposed to be the clown music and you just put the wrong one?
no. I was trying to pick
Someone
something.
just added you. Someone just added you
Cool. I'll have
on
to check that.
Discord. I need to know who was it. I think it was Josh. Or it was in his server. Hi, Josh.
Oh, it wasn't Josh's server. What did I get added for?
I don't know. I just saw that you're at.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
Josh.
Oh, cool. I'll
You
look
can
at that
come
later.
back once you agree that the Jaguar is better than the N64. You're welcome back after that. Until I get a public apology, you're banned.
No, he's not.
AKA, and I'm sorry. On the no, just kidding. I like the Atari Jaguar the best. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's going on in there.
When I posted that meme, I had sent it to you earlier, but I posted in the server. That's how I felt during the episode with wasn't that was
the one
Ghibli
we
episode.
yeah, the episode we did with Rick, where like we're introducing Rick, and then you just start laughing uncontrollably about something stupid. And then,
It wouldn't leave my brain. Like that's the thing is like I related so much to that game because that's exactly how I felt. Like it was like 30 minutes into the podcast, I couldn't stop fucking laughing.
That always that is like such a sad thing because that was the first time we met Rick in person. Over a call, and then his first impression of us is Alex just dying laughing about nothing for 5 minutes.
I felt so bad, but I couldn't stop laughing.
It's hilarious how one of our most heartfelt episodes we've done starts with that.
And I think it ends with us being fucking jerks too. Not jerks, but just me being a twerp. I think that's what it ends with,
Probably. Probably.
as most of our episodes
We were
do.
still getting used to do that was one of our earliest guest episodes, I want to
Y
say. Yeah,
I
it
think
was up there.
we did an Animal Crossing one.
At that point, in terms of guest episodes, we had done The Sims, the one with the first one with Jerry, Animal Crossing, the Round Table, RuneScape with Nave. We had Dave on for Game Boy Advance,
Mhm.
Stardew Valley, and then the Ghibli one. Oh, and then Matt and Snickerman the previous season for yes. But yeah, that was Big Action Garage. That was
Yep.
literal
Childhood
child
trauma.
trauma.
And honestly, after reading that guy's review of the game, it was traumatic.
It was an interesting
Killer
case
tow
study.
trucks.
It was an interesting case study though on how like the Mandela effect and how childhood
Oh
trauma
my god.
is so weird, like a weird
Or just how
concept.
things, like, appear so scary when you're younger,
When
and
you're
then
young
now
and
that
innocent before you get
and
exposed to the real
when you're
world.
older and you see things like Akira or just a lot of horror movies that are now, or just, I
You
mean,
see
like, fucking incidents in the world, like car crash, like, you just see traumatic stuff now, and it's
you,
just
you go on Reddit and you accidentally see gore and you go, "Oh no."
yeah,
My
you go,
child brain.
"Ugh." Yep.
Um yeah. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on Gaming and Collecting. You can find the Gaming and Collecting podcast on all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. And be sure
I
to check
use
us out.
Spotify.
Good for you. Um, and be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com, an awesome site featuring a whole bunch of awesome shows, videos,
Are you gonna read
blogs.
them all?
No, I don't do that anymore because at this point, I think we've gotten it across. If people want to know, they can go to the thing. There's awesome people there, though. Everyone there is great. We're all
But we're on there.
and
We're not great. No, I'm just kidding.
we're
We suck.
we're something, all right. Um,
Ew,
but yeah,
dingy boys. Just kidding. I
the thing
saw it
I'm,
pop
I'm
up on my
recording in
screen.
like the thing I'm recording in like right after.
Wait, can you send me the link and I just pop on and go, Matt, where's my fucking list?
Um,
Wait, can you actually please?
maybe I'll text you. I'll text you when, and then I'll let
Wait,
you
like
pop. Well, because we'll do the intro. I don't want you to just pop in like randomly when we're in the middle of something.
okay.
Okay. All right. But anyways, guys, once again, see Matt's gonna listen to this episode like weeks from now, a couple weeks from now, and he'll be like, that son of a bitch. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.